that we really need to conquer is that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned that the person makes jihad with his own nafs. A human being is made of 4 components. Sand. We are created from sand. We are created from clay. From mud. We are created with water. There's also a component or element of water in us. Some fire is also in us. And air, or rather wind, that is in us. These are the 4 components that are in us. And each one of these 4 components, in different parts of life, they exemplify themselves in different ways. They show themselves up in different ways. When a person gets angry, that is an expression of the fire that is within him. When a person is generous, it is an expression of that water that is in him. First, a person feels proud, arrogant, high up in the air, it is an expression of the air that is in himself. And then when a person is humble, humility comes in him, it's an expression of the sand that is in himself. Now each one of these 4 components, they are natural, they are created within us. And they are natural instincts of the human being. But we need to create a moderation in them. I'tadal in them. One alim, he very beautifully explains. Now each one of these components, if a person has anger, but excessive anger, is out of mark of moderation. Is harmful and detrimental for himself. If a person is over generous, he's generous in places where he's not supposed to be generous. He's past the mark of moderation, that is harmful and detrimental to himself. Or, if a person shows pride and arrogance in places where Shariat has prohibited him, so that is also a fault, that's a defect in him. Or if a person expresses humbleness and humility in a place where you're not supposed to show humbleness and humility, that is also a defect in him. Each one of these 4 components is important. Yes, at times, Sharia tells you that you need to get angry. If there's violation of Sharia, then you can't express humbleness and humility. At times, Sharia even tells us that we must show our pride. When a person is making tawaf of the Kaaba Sharif, and he just puts on the ihram, and the first 3 rounds he has to make istiba, we have to keep the shoulder open and walk like a warrior, as though he's showing pride to the enemies. So that is ramal, that is the pride, where Shariat also tells you that you must show pride. And we as Muslims, we display pride with our iman. We're proud of our iman. So there are places where you have to be humble, there are places where you're not supposed to be humble. There are places where you're supposed to get angry, not supposed to get angry. And in order to create this moderation, that is where the islah of the nafs has to come.